right, y'all. Today we're gonna do a little short segment about finding balance through identity. Again, we're gonna be talking about finding balance through identity. So I want y'all to marinate on that whole topic, which comes down to you guys actually understanding what self-transformation is. Pretty big word. I hope y'all can put that down. Self-transformation is one of the biggest things when it comes to finding balance through your identity. Okay? So we all know what the identity is. We all know what the self is. We all know what the ego is. We all know what the subconscious is, or the hidden self, the parts of us that we don't know about, that other people question, that other people have their own perceptions about. We know what these things are. But do we know what self-transformation is? And how do we get there? When you think of self-transformation, the first thing that should come to your mind is meditation. Meditation is one of the biggest things that you guys should keep in mind when it comes to self-transformation, because I believe that everybody has their own set and form of meditation. Everybody has their own set and form of meditation. And when you think about that, that could be you coming home after a long day of work and taking a nice long bath. That could be you having a meal that you had in the evening that you haven't had all day. That could be you spending time with your family on your PTO time or your days off. This could be you having leisure activities like shopping or any type of things that really stimulates your mind and interest without you thinking about the BS or the things that come in that kind of ruptures your identity. Now, a lot of people ask themselves, what does me going into meditation do with finding balance through my identity? Well, you have to have a balance in your identity, because that's why you have friends. That's why you have associates. That's why you have family members. That's why you have, close friends and people who are very close to you who know you and have these perceptions of you, because these things can change if you are not knowledgeable, or if you don't, really consider that you have to have your own mind out here. You got a lot of friends out here following the leader. You got a lot of people who want to be the black sheep. You got a lot of people out here who feel like they feel wronged for being the black sheep. You got some people out here who just want to be sheep. But at the end of the day, you want to have your own identity so that you can shine on the righteous path that's set for you. So when you're finding balance through identity, you look through self-transformation. You search in meditation, whichever form of meditation that is. And then you rule that out through your deep reflection of deep meaning. And then you find your purpose. So, like I said, within finding balance through identity, you go through self-transformation. through whatever meditative practices that you do or interests. You find that deep reflection within that interest, and then you pursue it with that purpose. And that pretty much wraps it up. Now, when we get to the end right here, we talk about purpose. We're talking about purpose. That's a pretty deep word to even talk about. Because when you look at that word, you know, you can find a lot of, roots out of it. I think it's very purposeful that we be ourselves. It's very purposeful that we find an outlet, because it's very hard in today's time in a society to do that, because we're around so much of other people. Of course, love your family, love your friends, love the people who love you, but also find some time for self-care and find some time for yourself. Especially within this season that we're in right now, it's very big on self-care. You guys got to get on that. You guys got to find your own type of self-care, whatever that is, and stick to it. And don't let nobody ever try to steer you wrong or steer you off your track and say that you're supposed to be doing this, because only you know what you're supposed to be doing, right? So make sure y'all keep that in mind. So when we're talking about that word purpose, I want you guys to keep in mind, when we're talking about a purpose, this is so I gotta make that a little bit because I need y'all to see that right there. The purpose is God given talent and instruction the purpose is a God-given talent and instruction. Can't nobody sit there and argue that that's not what that is. When you think about anything, when you put purpose in front of it, behind it, around it, there was some type of God-given talent and instruction given to that specific person. So when you find balance through your identity, understand that the purpose is a very meaningful step to get to. But you also got to go through step 1 and step 2 and the one after that and the one after that. And also keep in mind that these steps, they may take a long time for others. Some may not. But everybody's journey is their journey. And you have yours, so whatever pace that you go at, make sure that you stay at it. Make sure that you stay, level-headed. Make sure that you, stay intending on your purpose. And make sure that you recognize those signs and messages that's given out to you. I also want you to understand that it's very essential that you love yourself, love the people around you, but also stay aware and stay alert. Because there's a lot of people who also don't have the best interest and the best intention for you. So you always want to keep in mind that you got to keep that head on a swivel.